everybody, and welcome to Asham's Kitchen! Today we are going to be making Pandesal, and I'm making it all from scratch, just so you guys can truly believe that I made this. And I didn't buy it in the store because everything is closed right now. So, before we get started, I measured everything out, and I'm going to tell you everything that you need. So you need 3.5 cups of all-purpose flour, 1 1/4 teaspoon of salt. You want to use fine salt. 2 tablespoons of white sugar. 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. 1 tablespoon and 1 teaspoon of instant dry yeast. 1 cup of milk. You can use whole milk, or you can use evaporated milk. This is already measured for 1 cup. 1/4 cup of water. 1/2 cup of breadcrumbs. You want to put this when you're mixing your dough. Okay, so before you get into our flour mixture, we want to set aside our yeast mixture because that just takes a couple of minutes to rise and to bubble. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your 1 cup of milk and you're going to put it in your pot. And with your 1 cup of milk, you're going to mix your 1/4 cup of water. And then you're going to add your 2 tablespoons of unsalted butter. And then you're going to put it on your burner, but make sure you put it on low heat because you want to make sure that your milk mixture is warm and not hot. So I'm going to put it on low, and I'm just going to stir it. Okay, moving on. We are going to use our 3.5 cups of flour, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add the salt into my flour, and then I'm going to use the same whisk, and I'm just going to mix that together. And at this point, after we're done this, we have to make sure that the yeast mixture is ready so we can add that into there. So we're just going to give it a couple of minutes, and I'll be back. Okay, so now that I melted the butter with the milk and the water, you want to make sure that the temperature of your milk mixture is just warm and make sure it's not hot. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to transfer my mixture into this bowl. Then once you're done that, you're going to add your sugar. I'm just going to add that into my butter and milk mixture. Set that aside. Going to stir and dissolve that. You're going to take your yeast, and I'm using instant dry yeast, and then I'm going to add that into the mixture as well. And then once you've given that a stir, what you want to do is you want to set that aside, and you want to let the yeast mixture foam and bubble up before putting it into the flour. So I'm just going to continue stirring it, and then I'm going to cover it, and I'm going to put a timer for about 8 minutes to see what it looks like, and then hopefully it foams, and then we'll add it to the flour mixture. Hello! Okay, so it's been about 10 minutes, and I just want to see, let's see if our foam mixture is foamy. Success, it is. You can see it. You want to kind of make a well, just so it can go into the middle of it. And then from there is we are going to pour our foamy mixture into the middle of the well. Hands are clean. I cleaned them already, and what you want to do is you're going to start kneading. You want to use the heels of your hands to knead it, and you're going to knead and rotate. You're going to knead the dough for about 8 to 10 minutes, and you will see the texture of the dough will change after a few minutes. And it's a little bit tacky and sticky at first, so you want to just keep kneading it. Okay, So I've kneaded it for about 7 minutes so far, and you can see that it's a lot smoother and it's not as shaggy as before. Kind of when I tumble and play with it, it's just a beautiful piece of dough. So I'm just gonna do it for a couple of more minutes. Make sure it's nice and smooth. So remember, I just kept using the palm of my hands, and I was kind of just rotating it. And there's actually a little test that you can do just to see if your dough is kneaded enough. So what I'm gonna do after a couple more is I'm going to cut a piece of it, and I'm gonna see if the dough can stretch without breaking. Okay, so here's our beautiful baby dough. And I'm just gonna cut a little piece of it, just like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna play with it and stretch with it, and if the dough is very elastic and it doesn't tear, that means it is ready. Okay, so now that our dough is smooth and it's ready to rise, first you want to use cooking oil. I'm using canola oil, and what you want to do is you want to grease your bowl, just like that. Swivel it around, and then you also want to grease your hands, and then you're going to grease your hands, and then you're basically just going to lather our dough with the grease. I'm going to put it in the bowl, just like that, and then we're going to cover it with a tea towel, or you can use a plastic cover, and we are just going to let it rise for about 40 minutes. So this is the size of it, and we'll see you in a little bit. I'm just going to cover it up, and I'm going to put a timer for about 40 minutes, and it should double in size. Okay, so it's been 40 minutes, and I really hope it was rising. Ready? Ta-da! So as you can see, it did double in size, which is exactly what we want. And one thing you can do is poke it, call it the poke test, to see if the dough is ready. So I'm just gonna poke my finger, and because the indentation stays, that means that the dough is ready. And I'm gonna take my fist, and this is like my favorite part, is I'm gonna punch the dough to deflate it. Your dough, and I'm gonna put it back on our cutting board here. You are going to divide it in two. And then what I'm going to do from there is I'm going to divide it again into two. Just going to knead it. I'm just folding it inwards. And flip it over. I actually tried to make the pieces as equal in size. They each weigh about 62 grams. I used my scale. So what you're going to do is we have to shape them now. So we are going to shape them first by deflating them with our palm. And then you're just going to fold the edges of the dough to the center. And I'm just going to pinch the bottom of it to seal. And then what you can do is you can just keep cupping it with your hand until you're shaping. So here are all of them, and now we do the fun part. So now you're going to coat your pandesal in breadcrumbs, just like that. everything is coated in breadcrumbs. You want to cover it again. See you soon. So this is the size of them now. And then I'm going to check again in about half an hour just to see if they got a little bit bigger. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes and let's see if they got any bigger. They did! Look at that. Okay, so now they're just gonna go in the oven. It's 21 minutes at 350 degrees. I'm gonna put it in the oven for 13 minutes and then put foil on it and then bake for another 8 minutes. The foil is just to prevent the top from browning too quickly. So see you in 20 minutes! Okay, family and friends, my pandesal is ready. Are you ready for the big reveal? Drum roll, please! Dun, 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 dun. Look at that. She's professional. That's what Savannah would say. And now for the big test. Actually, let me just let you look at that for a second. Oh my. Right? Okay. Now, I'm going to try it. And it's only right that I try it with butter, jam, and obviously peanut butter. So here we go. I'm just going to try one. Which one though? Okay, let's just take the corner piece. Oh my gosh, it's still hot. One thing I miss about Philippines when I went years ago is I used to wake up and then just go get fresh pandesal in the bag. That is just amazing. Okay, here we go. Ooh, it's very crummy, very fluffy. I'm just gonna show you guys. Squishy. Oh, look, too much breadcrumbs maybe, but it's like the perfect color. And now we're gonna open it. Oh yeah, do you see that steam? Look at that. It's fluffy and so soft inside. Okay, here we go. First one is going, oh, Jasper, would you like to join me for this? I'm going to try it with peanut butter because peanut butter is my favorite.
What should I do?
Whichever one you want. Can you see me in the video?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Can't see your face, but
I'm literally gonna cry. No, you can't have any.
no, I want some now.
Oh my god, it's so good!
I want peanut butter too.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Guys. Whoa, this guy's making it peanut butter and jam. Okay, Jasper's a really big food critic, especially when it comes to me. Let me just tell you, when I made this, don't eat it yet. When I made this last week, and it was a complete fail, Jasper told me that my bread tasted like a dinner roll. So,
right.
Here we go. Come in the camera.
Mmm. This is real pandesal now.
Oh my gosh. Is it good?
Uh-huh.
How would you rate my pandesal?
11 out of 10. Really good.
Okay, so that was with the peanut butter. No, I finished it. I didn't even try the other ones. Guys, I would be honest with you if it didn't taste good. This is a problem. It tastes good.
It's very good.
Oh my god! It took a really long time, but I think the difference between this recipe and then the other two that I made, which are okay, but nothing compared to this, is I was more patient. Definitely more patient with this one, right?
Have another one?
No, no, no! No!
I want another one.